This is the rarest version of Hollow Knight Silksong, and it's a physical PC version, in this case for Windows. But how do I have it? And why is it so rare and so important for PC gaming? Well, let's find out. What you just saw was really cool, right? This disc was made using a lost and rare technology called LightScribe. It uses a laser to engrave the image directly onto the DVD, and that's why it has that futuristic Y2K look. But before I explain why this technology is rare, we need to understand why this physical copy of Silksong even exists. This disc is part of an initiative called Save Indie PC Games, SIPG, I think. And it's similar to another movement you might know, Stop Killing Games. That one fights against publishers who shut down servers and make games unplayable, even for people who paid for them. And Save Indie PC Games has a similar mission, to make sure indie titles don't get lost forever in the digital-only world. On consoles, collecting is still possible. You can buy PlayStation or Xbox games on Blu-ray discs, Switch games on cartridges? Cartridges? I don't know how to say that. For years now, physical PC games have basically vanished. And yet, if there's one thing that makes PC gaming truly special, it's indie games. They're creative, artistic, experimental, and none of them exist in physical form. And you can play those games only on PC. You might think, well, that's easy. Just burn my favorite game to a DVD or USB stick or an SD card and it's yours. You have a physical copy of your game. The problem is that if you buy a game on Steam or Epic, you don't really own it. You just rent access to the game. One day, if the servers shut down, your copy won't even work because it's not your copy. It's not your property. That's why GOG.com is so important to me. Unlike Steam, when you buy a game on GOG Games, it's yours. You own the installer file, and you can do what you want to that game, because it's yours. That means you can actually create a real physical copy of that game. And Silksong is actually the first game I've made as a part of Save Indie PC Games. I started this initiative, and this video officially launches it. My goal is simple: to encourage you to take your favorite indie PC game, make a physical copy of it, and preserve it forever. And share it online, maybe on a subreddit if I manage to create one. And why did I choose Silksong? Because actually it's the indie game of the moment and everyone is talking about it, or at least 1 week ago. Because now apparently the indie game of the moment is No, I'm Not a Human, and I'm making a physical copy of that too. I want to make a physical copy of No, I'm Not a Human. I think that game is perfect for this initiative. But I didn't want to just burn a DVD. I wanted something artistic. That's why I chose LightScribe. LightScribe was a short-lived technology. You'd place the disc upside down in a special burner and it would engrave any image directly on the surface using the laser of the burner. And it created an amazing look. It feels like Cybercore 2008-2009 vibes, and it is really cool. For me, this style is perfect. Indie games often stand out because of their artistic identity. And if I'm going to make a physical copy of a PC indie-only game, I want the disc itself to look like art. In this case, it looks like Cybercore Y2K 2008 vibe. For me, it's really amazing. I also redesigned the case. I left the front transparent, so the disc itself is the cover of this physical copy. And on the back is just an artwork that I did black and white because I just finished the color on my printer. I finished all the colors and I didn't have money to buy new colors for my printer, so I invented this black and white style, which for me it fits really well. Also, there is the title of the game here. You can see the title of the game here, and the disc itself is the cover. Honestly, it It feels like a real collector edition, even if I made it myself. So how can you make one too? First, you'll need a LightScribe DVD or LightScribe DVDs. They are extremely rare right now, but you can still find them on eBay or sometimes even from Amazon, but they are from China, so you have to wait a lot of time and they are actually expensive. And if you're lucky, you might find the colored ones, blue, green, red. They are really cool, but they are extremely even more expensive. Second, well, you'll need a LightScribe compatible DVD burner like this one. Mine costs around 26 euros. I bought it on eBay. It's old and bulky, so I had to use an adapter to make it portable. And if you buy one, make sure that the adapter supplies 12 volts, otherwise it won't work. Or you can just buy an external DVD LightScribe burner, but is a lot expensive. Also, I wasn't able to fit this inside my PC because there isn't the space to set it inside. Once you have those, the rest is just software. You can just search LightScribe software on Google and you will find a dedicated website, and the owner of this website is a really cool old man, and this website only talks about LightScribe. Everything that you want to know about LightScribe is inside this website. You first have to download the LightScribe control panels, and then you can use the LightScribe software to put the image on the disc. It makes some trial and error. The image isn't very dark on the first burn, also because my discs are really old and they are kinda yellowish, and it's hard to make the image really contrasted enough, so I engraved mine twice for a better contrast. The real challenge was to fit the artwork inside the limited space of the disc without losing any detail or make it really small. After several hours of testing designs, I ended up engraving a section of the Silksong map alongside the title, so you can see how I made it. You have this like cybercore stuff on the disc, and yeah, I think the final results actually was really good. Back in the 90s, people had printable DVDs. You could use a special printer and paper to create colorful discs, but USB sticks was still not so popular, so a lot of people bought it, even if they were expensive, to make really cool DVD copies. Then in 2004, HP launched LightScribe as a faster, simpler solution. You just needed a burner and a DVD compatible, and you can just put any image you want on the DVD. But already by the mid-2000s, USB sticks were already replacing DVDs, and printers got cheaper, so LightScribe lost the battle and disappeared in 2013. Today, original LightScribe discs are just collectibles. The ones I bought are really old. The box, the packaging was dusty. The box of these 10 discs was sitting there inside the store from like at least 15 years. So the rarity of this technology makes this project and this physical copy a lot historically special. And I also want to make a physical copy of another indie game called No, I'm Not a Human, which is another indie game of the moment, using the same exact method. Oh, by the way, I did this all black because I finished the color of my printer. I wasn't able to buy a new color, so I just made this design black and white. Or otherwise, I would have used the original poster of the game. But maybe this is even better. I'm not so sure, but I think this is even better. If you're using DVDs, you can't make DVDs larger than 8 GB, but it's fine because a lot of indie games, almost all of them, are below 8 GB, so maybe it's fine. But if you're using a USB or an SD card, well, that's fine. If I manage to make the subreddit of this initiative, I'd love for you to share your own creation there. Show your designs, your cases, your discs. Every project will look different if you want, and that's the point. They deserve to be preserved and collected just like AAA games. One day the digital copies might vanish forever for any reason. I know not everyone will understand this feeling, but if you ever collected any physical games, you know the difference. Holding a disc, putting it on a shelf, it feels permanent and it feels real. You actually feel that you own the game. not just the digital file of the game. So if this idea resonates with you, join me, make your own indie PC game, physical copy, edition, whatever you want, and share it on my subreddit. Before closing the video, I want to tell you guys that I have a Twitter account and an Instagram account. Please go follow me there if you want, and so that you can talk with me or see whatever I share on my profiles. And see you in the next video.